pick the beam, move it up here, and place it here, just like this. Okay. Now we want to be identifying this beam on this plan. For us to be able to identify this beam on this plan, the first thing we are going to check, it is the grid lines. Okay. Before the sections label, this is a section label. Okay. You see a grid line A9. Okay. So this beam now is directly on a grid line A9. All right. So we are going to be locating grid line A9, and then you will be seeing 1B4. 1 simply means first floor, all right? First floor beam 4, all right? After which you have first floor beam 3. And hello friends, you are very welcome. This video is going to cover first floor beam editing. Just if I just zoom in like this, you will notice that you cannot be able to print this the way it is because it's not well edited. And so we are going to be editing this beam in line with the first floor beam plan view. All right, first floor beam plan view, which is this one. Okay, so we'll be editing it successfully in this video. I am soft freezing, and so stay tuned as we make progress into the lesson. All right, so if you check this beam very well, you notice that Protastructure details beam as a simply supported beams. All right, that is why you can see 1B4, 1B3. All right, but this beam from 1B4 to 1B1 is a continuous beam, so it's supposed to be labeled as a single beam, but Protan label it as a simply supported beam. So these are the changes we are going to be made to these beams in line with the plan view. All right, the plan view, the general arrangement of the first floor beams, this one. So what we need to do now is we are going to copy this plan. All right, we will copy it, CO on the keyboard to copy, and then we bring it closer to the beam, just like this. Okay, after which we will also move the main beam downwards so we can have enough space to work on the beams effectively. Mind you, this beam we exported from this project, all right, in Protastructure. We exported it successfully to Protadetail, and from Protadetail we take it to AutoCAD, and we are going to consider the foundations, reinforced concrete details, as well as the slab, all right, and then the first floor slab as well as the first floor beam details. All right, and then we will consider the columns details. Okay, but for this lesson of today, we will be considering the editing of these first floor beams to make it printable. Okay, so if you are not in the lesson, you check in the description of this video, you will see the lesson well explained on how to export it effectively to Protadetail and as well to AutoCAD successfully. So here we go. If you check very well, you will notice that this plant view, the general arrangement of beams, first floor beams, is quite busy. Alright, so if you check very well, the first floor beam and column layout, just like this, is quite very busy. You can see some slabs, core lines as well as labels. So we are going to be removing all of this because we don't have needs of most of these objects. Okay, what we just wanted here is only the beams and the columns. All right, so at first we are going to be removing this, so I will be showing us how to do that effectively. Just a minute. So for us to remove this, what you just need to do is you just have to select any of this layer, because this is a rebar line. Okay, this is a rebar line, the one I just selected, this one. All right, so I wouldn't need this rebar line. Okay, as well the core line of the rebar, the text, and all of this. So I want to be removing them, and deleting them one by one is going to actually kill a lot of time. Okay, so what you just need to do to delete all the rebars line at once, you just have to get one of the rebar lines selected, just like this. So after it is being selected, If you check in the layer panel over here, you can see the name up here, rebar line. Okay, so now that we selected it just like that, you have gotten the name. So what you just have to do, get all the columns and beam layout selected just like this. So once they are selected, you right click on it, navigate to the quick select in the drop down menu, pick that options. In the quick select dialog, navigate to layer under property, and then under value you can see the name rebar line. Or if you did not see this name, click in these provisions to have a drop down menu. Then you navigate to the layer name, okay, and then get the layer name selected just like this, which is the rebar line. After we click on OK, you will notice that all the lines that bear that layer will be selected successfully. So this is the shortest way for you to be able to delete as many lines that is carrying the same layers successfully. So having do this, now we just have to type on the keyboard E and enter to erase that successfully. You can see the same thing applicable to all this core line. This one is called core line. You can see rebar span line. Okay, you can also call it core line. So once you get it selected, since we wanted to delete all of the rebar span line in these provisions, we have gotten the name as rebar span line. So you have to take note of the name, select all of these column and beams layout, right click, go to quick select, and then navigate to layer, come to value, and then it is rebar span line. This one, get it selected, click on OK. You can see all is being selected, and then again E on the keyboard for erase, enter to get that erase. So these are the unwanted objects that we wouldn't want in this columns and beams layout. As well, we make progress, we don't need this. This is what rebar label. Okay, so this is a rebar label. So we get that selected, and then we get the name recorded. All right, so get all the objects selected, right click, go to quick select. All right, select layer, and then come to these provisions, and then navigate to the rebar label. This one, get that selected. You can see all of the rebar label layers is being selected. You click on the erase to get that erased. So the same process you are going to use to delete all of this, even including these slabs labels. Okay, you are going to delete all of that. Okay, so using the same procedure, we have successfully removed all the unwanted lines, okay, from these columns and beams layout of first floor. Right, so you can see now it is not that busy again. So this is what you actually wanted. For instance, if I should come over here, you can see the way this one is. All right, so using that same procedure, you have to remove all of these unwanted text, and as well as rebar lines and the rebar span lines successfully, just like this. All right, so after you must have done this successfully, the next thing you just have to do is to start the beam editing. Okay, you start the beam editing. So for you to be able to start that, I want to let you know that this template is the PROTEK Company template. All right, this PROTEK Company template actually helps you to do all of this at ease. Okay, so if you did not get this template, I will advise that you will check in the description of this video and get this template download, so you can do all of this at ease. Okay, because in this particular YouTube channel, we actually thoroughly explained and teach Protastructure the way it's supposed to be taught successfully. Okay, so kindly get this template, and then I tell you, you will be able to get everything done at ease. So we want to be copying this beam out. Okay, we copy this beam including the sections, you can see. So just click over here, and then move your hand over the beam to do a shade like this, then M on the keyboard for moved. Okay, enter, pick the beam, move it up here and place it here just like this. Okay, now we want to be identifying this beam on this plan. For us to be able to identify this beam on this plan, the first thing you are going to check, it is the grid lines. Okay, before the sections label, this is a section label. Okay, you see a grid line A9. Okay, so this beam now is directly on a grid line A9. All right, so we are going to be locating grid line A9, and then you will be seeing 1B4. 1 simply means first floor. All right, first floor beam 4. All right, after which you have first floor beam 3 and the rest of that. But let us first of all get to see this grid lines number A9. All right, so we'll go back to the plan right there, and then we will have to search for grid line A9. You can see this is grid line A9. So the beams are these ones, okay, and it is a continuous beam. It's not a simply supported beam. So we are going to be relabeling this beam as a continuous beam. And so for us to do that, you have to first of all select this particular label, and as well select this one, okay, select this one. All right, after which E on the keyboard, enter to erase. All right, all these ones are the columns label. So you see we are now left with this particular label, so we have to now copy this label now, okay, by typing O C O on the keyboard, enter, pick the label and move it a little bit upward, just like this. All right, then the original one, you can just delete that E on the keyboard, just like this. So this label now, we are going to be editing it. So we are going to be calling this label a name. So at first, you have to double click on it to enable typing or changing or editing the name successfully. So we get this selected, and we'll be naming this particular continuous beam as first floor beam 1. All right, so you just have to click outside, okay, to activate that. So this is the name of this beam. We are now naming this beam from grid line A2 to grid line A3 as first floor beam 1. All right, because it is a continuous beam. All right, so this name you have here, we are going to be having the same name here, okay. So I have to select these 3 labels, okay, E on the keyboard for erase, then I'll double click on this to enable typing. I like that, and give it the same name as first floor beam 1, just like this, okay. So calling it like this now simply means you are calling the whole of this beam as a single beam because it is a continuous beam. All right, so we have to look at some unwanted dimensions on this beam, okay. Dimension like this one, you have to select it, this one, get that selected, okay. Also get all of this selected, just like this. Click on this to get that selected, just like this, after which E on the keyboard and enter to get that deleted. So you will not have your beam just like this. So you can see how good it looked it is, okay. So we have to proceed to the next beam, which is this one. You do the same thing, get the beam copied, highlighted like this, okay. CO on the keyboard to get that copy, take it up here, place it somewhere here. All right, the next thing you look at is the axis label, which is A25. All right, so we'll be looking at axis A25. We have beam 1B6 right there, axis A25. So you go to the plan right there and be able to check out axis A25. All right, so you have to navigate through the plan's grid lines to be able to get A25 axis successfully. So here we go. If you come to this position, you see this is A25 axis. So the beam lies on this axis. You can see 1B6, which is this one, okay. So what you just need to do now, instead of you typing again, it is going to key time, so you just have to delete this beam right away. Select it and then type E on the keyboard to get that deleted. Navigate to this one that you have already edited, select it, type OC on the keyboard for copy, click on it to get that selected, and then take it up here and then place it here. After which, double click on it to enable typing so as to change the beam number to 2, just like this, okay. So now we have successfully edited this beam. All right, after which you will come over to these provisions, highlight this and then get that deleted, select this, okay. After which you get that copy and then place it there, then click on it to edit it as well, after which change it to 2. All right, just like this, and then you get to delete all of these unwanted dimensions successfully, so as to make your beam looks very good at look and at presentations. All right, just like this. So the next thing is to go over to this one, just the same process. You get that copy, just like this, take it to these provisions, okay. After which you check the beam. This beam is always, it's just on the same axis with this other one. So you can see the axis is A25. This other axis also is A25. So let's check the axis right there. We're having A25, which is this axis, okay. And then we having only this beam on the axis. But the beam repeated itself, and so since it repeated itself, what you just need to do, you have to delete it because we only copy it, we did not move it. All right, assuming we move it, it won't have been there, okay. So we have to delete this because this beam is the same thing with this beam. E on the keyboard and get that deleted. You come over here, you will also notice that you only copy. So we have to just remove this beam because we have already edited this beam, okay, which is this one. So the next beam we are supposed to be editing is this one. So get this beam now selected like this, and then CO to copy. Don't always copy, because if you're always copying, you'll be confused, okay? Always use move, all right? Always use move to move the beam. So you select it and M on the keyboard to move. So you bring it up here, place it right there, check the axis number A1, okay? And then the first beam there is 1B8, all right? And then this is the section of the beam, 225 by 450. You should take note of that. Very, very important. So you navigate to the axis A1, all right? So you check A1 right there, which is this particular axis, and then there is the beam, this one. So what you just need to do, select this one, E on the keyboard, enter to get that delete, copy this, okay? CO on the keyboard, pick it and take it to these provisions, all right? Get it selected, and then arrow O for rotate, okay? Pick this point and then turn it upside down, just like this. Click, all right? Move it closer, all right? So M on the keyboard, enter, pick it, and then try to move it closer. I noticed that this snap point have not been set successfully, so let me just take it through and how you can set your post snap tracking successfully, so that you can be able to be picking and replacing this object where you are supposed to. All right, so place your cursor over any of this icon or tab, right click on it, and then click on this object snap settings. All right, so in the object snap setting dialog, you can see most of the object snap provisions have not been checked. All right, you can see it is only the endpoint, the center, and some other provisions have been checked. So I want us to select all, click on select all to get all of this selected. Click on OK to complete that setting successfully. All right, so this is the third beam. Okay, so this is supposed to be beam 3. Double click on that and then change the 2 to 3, just like this. Click on OK. This beam is edited successfully. All right, come over to these provisions, get all of this selected. E on the keyboard, enter to get that deleted, just like that. Select this CO to copy that label, take it to this particular beam. All right, double click on it to get it enabled for editing, after which type 3 right there. All right, click outside, all right, to enable that. You have to delete all the unwanted dimensions, okay, to make the drawing look very kept. All right, so just like this, after which E on the keyboard, enter to get that deleted. After which you go to the next beam, select this next beam, just like this. All right, copy it. Sorry, we shouldn't use copy. All right, always use move. So M on the keyboard for move, enter, move it to these provisions and place it here, just like this. Check the axis of this beam. The axis is A11. So come to the plan and then be able to locate A11 on this plan successfully. So you have to be very, very careful so you can be able to locate that effectively. This is the axis. So here is the beam. All right, here is the beam. So deselect that and then select all of these provisions where you're having the beam. Don't mistake it with the column sections label. All right, don't mistake it with the column section label. Make sure you are selecting the beam label successfully, just like this. All right, and then this one, which is the last one, E on the keyboard, enter to erase that. Okay, so what you just need to come to this provision, copy this label that we have edited already by typing C on the keyboard, CO, to copy that, pick that label and take it to these provisions, place it here. All right, so this is the fourth beam. Okay, double click on the beam label and change the label name to 4, just like this, which is first floor beam 4, just like this. Okay, come over to these provisions, highlight all of this label, E on the keyboard to erase that. Okay, select that, CO to copy. All right, pick it over here and then double click on this, after which you just have to type 4 over there, and then you see, so we have successfully edited 4 beams, just like this. So the assignment for you is for you to complete the remaining beams edited using this same procedure, using this same method, so you can have something of this kind, just like this. All right, so this is quite very, very presentable. And also I will advise you once again, get this template in the description of this video, and so you can be able to have an effective editing just the way I am doing right away. Okay, so the next thing I will want you to look at is the columns section level. You can see the column section level just like this. This is not presentable. This is not how we are going to be presenting the column section level. We present column section level as CT1, CT2, CT3 depending on the column sections. All right, so this column section is 250 by 300. Okay, so we can take this one to be CT1. CT simply means column type 1. All right, CT simply means column type 1. All right, so we are going to be double clicking on this right away and highlight all of this, and then you type TC1. All right, simply means column type 1 because it is because we have various column sections in this particular plan. All right, so if you check very well in other provisions, you will be noticing other section like 300 by 300. You can see in this provision. So this column section label is going to be different from this particular one. All right, so since we have done this, change this name successfully, what we are going to do is to select this column section label, get all of this one selected just like this, pick them one by one carefully. All right, the ones with you can see this one also is 250 by 300. So you just have to get that selected. Okay, the same section selected, after which E on the keyboard to get all of that is erased successfully. After which select this one that we have edited. Okay, CO on the keyboard to copy, pick this one, take it to these provisions and place it because it is the same column. All right, so you just have to continue to place it just like this. All right, so the same thing you are going to do to every other of this column that is carrying these same sections. You have to remove this label and replace it with this label successfully. Because we just started the editing, we are going to be editing the column. We are also going to be doing our slab detailing successfully, and that will be subsequently. Okay, for now we are considering the beams and as well as the columns arrangement for the first floor of that project. Okay, so we make progress. After you must have done this successfully, okay, you will ensure that you apply it to the rest of this. So for column whose sections is different from 350 by 300, you are going to name it as column type 3. All right, you name it as column type 3. So if you check very closely, you will notice that this particular column is 300 by 300. So you just have to double click on this column and then rename it as CT2. All right, which is column type 2 because the section is different from every other sections. All right, so this is how you edit your column successfully. Okay, all right, so for the sake of time, I have edited the rest of the beams just like this. So this is how your editing is supposed to be, just like this. Okay, this is all the beams have been edited successfully. So in your own, also edit the beam just like this. You can see. All right, then for the column, this is what I just explained to you. All right, so if you check very well, you see all of these columns have been edited. This particular column is CT2. All right, and all the beams has been edited just like this as first floor beam 5, first floor beam 4, and the rest of it. So this is the right way to edit your beams. All right, so in the next lesson, we will be learning how to edit our columns successfully, after which we will look at the editing of the raft on beam foundation successfully. Okay, so you have to stay tuned and don't forget to get this template so you can follow this lesson properly. All right, so we are going to stop here. Mind you, in the subsequent lesson we are going to arrange these beams and then be able to put them in a sheet so as to plot it successfully. So we will be learning a lot in this series of lessons. So you have to get this template so you can be able to benefit from these lessons that we will be going through. All right, subsequently. So we stop here to continue in the next lesson. Make sure you practice and ensure that you do all that necessary assignments so that you can really understand what we have learned so far. Okay, so don't forget to give the lesson a thumbs up, and then if you are yet to subscribe, you have to just subscribe. Okay, and stay tuned for more advanced lessons of this kind. Thank you and bye for now.